Have you ever been scrolling, seen a headline about some brand new study and just thought, can I actually believe this? Well, today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the two concepts that are absolutely key to separating good science from junk: reliability and validity. You know the ones I'm talking about, those big, splashy headlines. They're everywhere, and they can be super interesting. But they always bring up that one massive question. How do you know if the information is actually trustworthy? How can you tell if the research behind the headline is solid or just a bunch of noise? Well, it really all boils down to these two words. They are the ultimate quality check for any research claim. Before you can trust any finding, you have to ask two simple questions. Is it reliable? And is it valid? All right, so let's tackle the first pillar, reliability. At its heart, this is all about one thing: consistency. It's the absolute bedrock that any good measurement has to be built on. Without it, everything else falls apart. Okay, so the official definition is pretty straightforward. A measure is considered reliable if it gives you the same result over and over again as long as the conditions are the same. It's all about being dependable, stable, and predictable. A simple bathroom scale is honestly the perfect way to think about this. Imagine you step on it, you see the number. You step off, wait a second, and step back on. If it shows the exact same weight each and every time, then congratulations, you have a reliable scale. It's consistent. But if the number jumped around every time, it would be totally useless, right? That's reliability in a nutshell. And researchers have a few different ways they check for this. For example, with a test, they'll ask, hey, if you take this test on Monday and then take it again on Friday, are your scores going to be pretty similar? That's what we call test-retest reliability. Or what if two scientists are observing the same event? Will they score it the same way? That's inter-rater reliability. They just want to make absolutely sure the results aren't just random. Okay, on to our second pillar, validity. And if reliability is about consistency, validity is all about accuracy. See, it's not enough for a measurement to be consistent. It also has to be correct. So, what is validity? Well, it's asking the big question. Is this tool actually measuring the thing it's supposed to be measuring? Is that new intelligence test really measuring intelligence? Or is it just measuring how well someone remembers their high school geometry? That's the core question of validity. Let's go back to our trusty bathroom scale. This is where it gets really clear. Imagine your scale says you weigh 150 pounds. You step on it 5 times, and every single time it says 150 pounds. Perfect. It's totally reliable. But what if you go to the doctor and their perfectly calibrated scale says you're actually 160 pounds? Well, your scale at home is consistently wrong. It's reliable for sure, but it is definitely not valid. It's not giving you an accurate picture of reality. Here's another way to look at it. Let's say a researcher creates a happiness test, but every single question on it is about how much money you make. Would that be a valid way to measure happiness? I think we can all agree, probably not. It might be a reliable measure of your income, but it's completely missing the giant, complex picture of what it actually means to be happy. So, how do these two big ideas actually fit together? The best way I've ever heard it explained is with a simple target metaphor. Just think of good measurement as trying to hit the bullseye on a dartboard. Okay, picture this. You throw a bunch of darts. They all land in a neat, tight little group, but they're way up in the top left corner of the board, nowhere near the center. Your throws are super consistent, that's reliability, but you're consistently missing the target. Your measurement is reliable, but it's not valid. Now, what if your darts are just all over the place? One's at the top, one's at the bottom, another one misses the board entirely. They are inconsistent and they are not accurate. This is pretty much the worst case scenario. The data is neither reliable nor valid. It's just random, useless noise. And finally, the goal. The dream scenario, a tight cluster of darts all landing smack in the center of the bullseye. Your throws are both consistent and accurate. This is the gold standard for any kind of research, a measurement that is both reliable and valid. So here's the crucial point. If you only remember one thing from all this, make it this. You can have reliability without validity. Remember our broken scale? It was consistent, but it was wrong. But, and this is key, you cannot have validity without reliability. It's impossible. If your measurements are scattered all over the place, they can't possibly be an accurate measure of anything specific. Consistency has to come first. Okay, so you might be thinking, this is interesting, but why should I care about these academic ideas in my day-to-day life? Well, because this stuff has very real, very serious consequences that go way beyond a stuffy research paper. You see, bad measurements lead directly to bad decisions. Think about it. If a doctor uses an invalid test to diagnose a condition, someone could end up getting the wrong treatment for a problem they don't even have. Or what if a company uses an unreliable personality test to hire people? A fantastic candidate might get rejected just because of some random error in the test. The stakes can be incredibly high. Knowing this stuff gives you a toolkit. It helps you become a smarter, more critical consumer of all the information that's thrown at you every day. So the next time you see a headline, you can stop and ask yourself a few questions. How exactly did they measure success or anxiety? Was that measurement consistent, and does it really get at the heart of what they're claiming to study? Ultimately, this is what science is all about. Human behavior is complicated. It's messy. It's just full of what you might call noise. Good measurement, the kind that's both reliable and valid, is what helps researchers cut through all that noise to find a clear signal. And that clear signal is what allows other scientists to come along, repeat the study, and build upon our knowledge over time. You know, this quote just says it all perfectly. Reliability and validity are what transform psychology from simple guesswork into a real science. They are the essential tools that allow us to trust the data, to make meaningful conclusions, and at the end of the day, to use that knowledge to actually understand behavior and improve people's lives.